Old dog vinyl records. It's a big old record store. Problem is, a lot of it's way overpriced. I've been looking through some of this stuff, and North Carolina vinyl picker, he don't buy anything that's too expensive. There's the Beatles. Got more down here. He's got like 5 booths. That's all.
Good morning. It's time for the North Carolina Vinyl Picker Show, and on this episode, I'm part of the Purple Club. Yes. Let me take a look here. Look at the Purple Club. Yeah, look at that. Yep, part of the Purple Club. This week's episode, we went to Main Street Antiques. Me and the wife went over to Mooresville this week, and we went over there to a restaurant, but we got there and it was closed. That's the second time that's happened. Apparently they don't open till 3 o'clock during the weekday. Something new. You would think they'd be open for lunch. People everywhere over there. But anyway, we went to Main Street Antiques, and we had a nice lunch over there as well. And I'll show you what I picked up over there at Main Street Antiques and Design Gallery. My weekly pickups. And then I want to talk to you about 400 subs. I'm almost to 400. This is number 399 from what I can figure. And next week's going to be a big, huge extravaganza show. Number 400. Balloons and everything, clowns, you know, the whole thing, you know. It's going to be a big to-do. Dan Fogelberg. I'm going to talk to you about Dan Fogelberg. Dan Fogelberg gets no love in the vinyl community. His records, you can pick them up for $3 a piece. And he's a huge, huge artist that was in the 70s and then into the 80s. And a singer-songwriter. And if you love singer-songwriter, you ought to listen to some of his stuff. I just picked up a couple of his albums recently, and I'm going to go ahead and show you those here at the end of the show. So I'll save Dan for the end. So let's get right into it. So the big news is, I'm going to tell you right up front, we're only about 100 days from going to Austin. We're going to the Austin Record Show. Yes, Big Chief would love to go there, and it's going to make it, and the wife is going to make it happen. Yes, she's going to get hotels. We're going to go to the Austin Record Show. We're going to have a grand old time. Yeah, she'll be out by the pool, probably. But it's going to be a good time for me, yeah. And then I'm going to be enjoying myself going around half a day in the record show probably, and then the other half a day out experiencing whatever Austin has to experience. So we're looking forward to going there in October. So that's going to be a hoot. Looking forward to that, that's for sure. So let's get right into what I got this week. These came in the mail. I'm going to show you the mail first. Then I'll show you what I got at the Main Street Antique and Design Store over in Mooresville. That's where all the race car drivers live over that way. Real crowded over there. They drive like they're still on the track too. Okay, so Bill Evans. Now this is not your grandfather's or your father's Bill Evans. This is not the guy sitting at the piano. No, this is the saxophone player, Bill Evans, that I listen to. Big Chief listens to, yeah. And this is the Alternative Man, Let the Juice Loose, and the Path of Least Resistance. And if you don't know who Bill Evans is, the real Bill Evans here, on sax. He also played with the Elements. He played with a lot of different jazz outfits. Played with Dennis Chambers. I could go on and on. This is just a EP from one of his albums that I got for a couple bucks. And I've been listening to Bill Evans for like 40 years probably. Picked this one up online. It's a Vertigo Swirl reissue of Paranoid, Black Sabbath. I've been getting into a little Ozzy lately. And the first 2 albums, I might stop after that. I'm not sure if I'm going to get into 3 and 4. But excuse me, got a little phlegmatosis going on. I need a little drink, a little drinky poo. Merilan, Afraid of Sunlight. This is a reissue of this album. The original cover was a different cover, and this is probably one of my top 5 Merilan albums, not including the Fish era Merilan. Though I like those, but they suffer from that 80s sound. This is Afraid of Sunlight, which is an awesome record. If you get a chance, listen to some Merilan today. Merilan. How about this one here? I saw this tour at Toad's Place in New Haven many years ago, back in the 80s, and now they've reformed and they're back out on the road without Bruford. So why would you want to see him without Bruford? I don't know, and without Fripp. So anyway, enjoy yourselves. I'm sure it's going to be a great show. Adrian Belew is an awesome guitar player, and I think he's the only one that's still Tony Levin, I think, is with him. So the bass player, who's about 80. But yeah, he can still play that bass, though. So this is a great album. This is the first one of the trilogy of the red and the blue and then the yellow. Yeah. So been wanting this one. Some guy had it on eBay for $10 with shipping. I couldn't, as a no-brainer. I've been looking for it, and everybody wants $30 for that record. $25, $30 for that record. Got this one online. David Gilmore's last album. He's got a new one coming out pretty soon. But this one here is called Rattle That Lock. And this is a really good album. I love all David Gilmore solo stuff. And so if you would get a chance, listen to some David Gilmour. Yes. His new album's coming out here in September. It's going to be a good one. Picked this one up yesterday. I went up to Nebo, up to the Lake James Antique Mall. Just on a whim, just drove up there. Big traffic accident on 40. But I was able to get my way back through the back roads. And I've been wanting to pick up Dire Straits' first album. I didn't have the first album. And I like me a little Dire Straits. Saw them on the Communique tour many years ago. I know that I say that a lot. Many years ago, because everything is a long time ago, pretty much. Okay, this is the stash that I got at the antique mall. Antique malls can be really good. But you got to be careful what you pick up, because I saw this one there. I saw Frank there for $5. I said, oh man, I picked that up and put it on the pile. But when I got home, come to find out, it's a double album. There's only one Frank in there. So I'm one Frank short. And this one here is a live album. I did not even know that. Chic Your Booty. Yeah, Chic Your Booty. I like me a little Frank Zappa. I like the Hot Rats album. I like my jazz fusion. But this one here, this next album I'm going to show you, I bought for my niece's husband, Joey. And yeah, so this album here, he loves Clemons Tigers. And this is like a needle in a haystack. This sucker here is sealed. And it had $8 on it. And I couldn't get it fast enough. I'm getting on my phone. I'm on my phone and say, hey, Joey, look what I found. And, oh, we don't have to put it to your ear anymore. Yeah. Yeah, so I got this for Joey. And next time I see Joey, I'm going to go ahead and gift that to him. Yeah. Forever Autumn. At the same record store, record shop there in the antique mall, somebody had this. Justin Hayward had paid up a little bit for this EP. It was $10, but it's got the hype sticker on here. And I explained to Joey what the hype sticker is all about. He didn't know. Now he knows, because this one here's got the Andy Williams hype sticker. See? So now he knows. And now this one here had the hype sticker too, from the same vendor. And this is Justin Hayward. Forever Autumn. It's from the War of the Worlds soundtrack. Big album from the 70s, 80s. And Justin Hayward, I think, still performs with that show over in England to this day. You like Pentangle? I like little Pentangle. This album here, I had a roached copy that I got in Black Mountain a couple years ago. But this one here is in perfect shape. I think he had $5 on this. This is a double album. It's called The Sweet Child, and I'm going to get to give this a listen and get into some Pentangle. I've been listening to them and the Incredible String Band and Fairport Convention. Those are three albums. Those are three bands that I want to get into in the remainder of this year, because you can pick their albums up really inexpensively. Steve Halpern, found this album there. I think he had $2 or $3 on this. This is a new age album. Steve Halpern. I got some of his other stuff. And yeah, I believe he plays the keyboard, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, looking forward to giving this a listen. Nice quiet listen. Speaking of quiet listens, how about Mark Isham, Vapor Drawings? Mark Isham, he was in Group 87, and he was in some other stuff. He's done a lot of film soundtracks. I already have a copy of this, but for $2, I wasn't going to leave this album behind. This album is incredible, especially on the Threshold of Liberty. If you get a chance, if you have Spotify or something, look up Mark Isham and then see that song on the Threshold of Liberty. Incredible song, incredible artist. But for $2, it's coming home with the Big Chief, and I'll put it in here over here. I got 2 copies. I'm fine with that. This one here I saw for $1. Now, I have a lot of Goldfinger albums, a lot of Sean Connery Goldfinger. I have just about all of them, but I didn't have this one. I never even seen this one, I don't think. I'll have to check my stash over there, but I don't think I have this one. And it was $1. And whenever I say $1 holler. I holler for the dollar. And this is another one, Michael Hedges. Michael Hedges is an incredible guitar player. And this one's called, what is this called? Aerial Boundaries. There's another $2 wonder. And this is another fantastic album that I wasn't going to leave behind. So this is another one that had to come home with me. Saw a Minty Mint. Who says Minty Mint? I seen a Minty Mint copy of Lee Michaels' album. This one has the big hit, You Know What I Mean. And what year is this? This is like early 70s. This would have been like when I was in middle school or something, probably. Great album. Great song. The rest of the album is, it might go in the store. We'll see. Maybe I'd have to give Lee Michaels another copy. He made about 7 or 8 albums. He made a whole bunch of stuff. Never really caught on. But that song, that song is a staple on rock radio, 70s. How about the Fudge? I saw a Minty Mint copy of the Fudge there, Vanilla Fudge. And they had $3 on this one. Vanilla Fudge did a lot of cover songs. But they're renowned as a big 60s band. One of the earliest big 60s bands. And yeah, so I enjoyed it. I listened to it, I enjoyed it. I've heard it before, and it was just okay. But this time here, I took a gummy, and then I really liked it a lot. There you go. Excuse me. And then I seen this one there, and it's got a little bit of a schmaltz on the bottom there. But this one here, of course, is Roger Waters. And What God Wants, God Gets, God Help Us All. Radio Chaos. This album goes anywhere north of $50-$60 normally. The guy had $20 on this. Said it plays great. It looked like it was perfect inside. Beautiful. The cover, he must have just discounted it for this here. But trying to buy another copy on disc. This came out during the CD era. So there you go. Radio Chaos. I have all the Roger Waters I want now. I have all his albums. It's My Party, I'll Cry If I Want to. Dave Stewart. Dave Stewart did a series of singles with Barbara Gaskin. Barbara Gaskin played with Bruford, and Dave Stewart played with Bruford on Feels Good to Me. And then 80s came along, and they started doing some of this stuff. And this stuff was kind of like, I guess he called it post-punk. Is that what the kids call that? And so this one here, they did cover songs of different. They did Locomotion. They did It's My Party. They did 4 or 5 songs. And the 45s, this was $1. So the 45s are cheap if you can find them. There's like 170 of them on Discogs for sale, and like 6 people have them. So not real. North Carolina Vinyl Baker, and I'm back. My daughter had called, and my phone just stopped. So I had to go ahead and talk to her for a while, and now I'm back. and we're talking about the trip. I'm going up to Norfolk in 2 weeks, going up to see my daughter, and it's going to be nice. I'm going to do a little record shopping. I'm going to go to Busch Gardens, so we're going to have a good time, and I'm looking forward to going up there and spending some time with her. So we're going to talk about Dan Fogelberg. Dan Fogelberg was a huge artist in the, like I said, in the 70s. He was born in 1951. I'm not somebody who likes to read off of Wikipedia, but I do got a few notes here I wrote down. He passed away in 2007. Now, he made a lot of records during that time. The most successful album was from 74, and it was called Souvenirs, and it was produced by Joe Walsh. Now, Joe Walsh is on a lot of his records. A lot of the Eagles are on his records. Glenn Frey, Don Henley, to name a couple. And he opened for the Eagles back in the 70s quite a few times. The band America, those two guys, they were featured on his albums. Tim Weisberg, he did 2 albums with Tim Weisberg, the flautist, and Graham Nash, Rush Kunkel, David Lindley, J.D. Souther, all those people, Jackson Brown, they all played on Dan Fogelberg's albums. These are the 2 albums that I have. I had a couple other ones, but they got purged. I'm going to be getting them back. This one here was an album he did called Netherlands. I listened to this last night, and this guy's vocals are just incredible. And he wrote all his own songs. This was his masterpiece right here, The Innocent Age. It's a double album, and you can see I picked this up for $3 and double album. You can pick up his albums for like $2 or $3, and he's got a string of records that went gold and platinum, and he's got just an awesome voice. A couple corrections that I did. That hype sticker on that Clemson album was Andy Griffith, and I'm not sure what I said. I think I said Andy Williams. Okay, and I'm closing in on 400 shows, not 400 subs. I got over 1,000 subs, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. We're going to go ahead and end this thing right now, and I'll be seeing you back maybe midweek if I get something comes up. I know Thursday I'm going down to Charlotte. I got to go down there, take the wife down there. But so I might be stopping somewhere down that way come Thursday. But if something breaks, and I'll be giving you some news here. So North Carolina Vinyl Picker, I'm out, and support those troops if you can. We'll be talking to you soon. We'll see you midweek. If not midweek, we'll see you next Sunday. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.